Hey there, it's the week 6 going into week 7 update for Ken's Talk Survivor Pool. It's the NFL Survivor Pool, Sprap. Got all the NFL games in here. So, ran some numbers here finally. Caught up after the last few weeks. Hadn't had an update in a few weeks, but we're almost done with week 6. The Giants and Eagles games going on right now. It's Sunday night, the 12th. 74% of these games you would have got right as wins if you'd used this system so far that I've put together, and hopefully it'll get better now that we've got some data in here for this current year. All these rows in green, they are showing you games that you would have won had you picked the winning team. Like, for example, this is a good example. In week 1, Arizona, according to these numbers, would have been a dog by 34%. You would have picked San Diego to win. However, Arizona did win this game, so this game is not in green. It's blank here. So that's a game you would have lost. Atlanta over New Orleans, you would have won. Baltimore, you would have had over Cincinnati, you would have lost. Buffalo, you would have had over Chicago, and you would have won. And this tells you the relative strength based on a bunch of different formulas that I have in this file, and you can download this file in the description below. So if we look at the current week, we start to scroll down here into week 6. This week, you would have been in good shape for a lot of these games. And I noticed here the win strength. I wanted to see basically the biggest loss I would have had, where I thought that the numbers that it's spitting out would be saying that, you have a really strong pick and you ended up losing it, right? I wanted to find out how bad it could be. And the worst is about here. Like, you would have had Pittsburgh over Tampa Bay, they would have been 33% favorite, and you would have lost that game. It's about the 30-35% range. That's about the highest that I saw. 35% here, so you would have had Kansas City over Tennessee, and I guess Tennessee won this game. So yeah, about 35%, right? Yeah, that's the game where Tennessee wins. So if that's as bad as it gets, meaning a 35% favorite, anything over a 35% favorite, you've been winning consistently with this. This is just straight up, no points or anything, straight up win or loss. Then that means when we go into week 7, all the games that are greater than a 35% favorite, for example here, Arizona, even though they got an injured quarterback, it's still saying go for it. Arizona's a big favorite. Cleveland's a big favorite in week 7 over Jacksonville. And New England, the Pats over the Jets. Those are your 3 picks. And the Seahawks over the Rams, but the Rams are yet to play. I think they're playing on Monday night this week in week 6, so we'll wait till there's some more data. Yeah, this game hasn't happened yet, so we don't know about this game yet. So this is what it looks like in week 7. I went through and at the very beginning of the year I built my own picks off of prior year stats, and that's shown here in this pivot here with the entrance pool. And it shows that I would have won 5 of these games. See here? I would have won 5 of these weeks, and I would have lost in week 2. So if it was a single elimination knockout, it would have been knocked out here. But it's going pretty well. So I'm starting to feel more confident in this. Just having fun trying to find relationships and see if you can have any kind of advantage over just flipping them and picking them. And it's going okay, but it should get better as the year goes on here. The one weird thing that happened this week was this game between Carolina and Cincinnati ended up being a tie. And if you've been using this file for your own survivor pool, you'll notice that generally you have to pick one of the teams that won, and you won't be able to pick a tie because I didn't build that in. Hey, who knows what are we going to do here? There's a tie. Do you get a win or do you get a loss if you chose a team in that game? It's up to you. Depends what the disclaimers and rule book is on your own survivor pool. If you said if you have a losing team you lose, or you have a winning team you win, then I don't know what happens if there's a tie. But the way to get this out of here so that you can do something is, it's a data validation, and you can go up here when you're in the cell, and you go to data, and then you go to data validation, and you got to change this to any value. It was set on list. If you look at one of the other cells in the data validation in one of the other cells, you see it's a list, and it's a bunch of, you can basically choose one of these 2 teams. Well, you want to be able to type a tie over here because you don't want to choose either one of those teams. So all you do is you just go to data validation, and you choose any value, and then you'll be able to type anything into the cell. And it won't count any of those teams as winning because neither of them did. So you still have to look at your your entrance pool results sheet and figure out what you can do with those people that chose one of those teams in that game. I don't really have any more advice for you than that. So yes, it's looking pretty cool. You look at week 7 here, and here's the snapshot. And my information changes. The percentages change when you just show 1 week here. But the best game is apparently this Cleveland-Jacksonville game. Looks like Cleveland is my strongest favorite. They're up at 80% when you just look at this week. And this is just the reason the numbers change. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, week 17. We don't want week 17. Sorry. We just want week 7. There you go. Week 7. Yeah, it is. It's this game. See how the percentage changed? It's up 92%. That's your big game. This is your next big game because Oakland's not very good. And then the Pats over the Jets. And then this starts getting into the iffy range. And then there's Seattle over St. Louis. See how St. Louis plays tonight, though. So that's your update. Poor Skins. I do have the Skins favored next week over Tennessee. I'm a Skins fan. Go ahead. Come on. Cousins. RG maybe come back. Get people out there. We need a win. So Ken Stocks out, and enjoy the file. If you have any questions, comment or email me, ken@kenstalk.com, and I will help you out.